Well, folks, in today's video, we're going to be testing out all the locomotives that were sent to me from David Z to G Scale. So a few weeks ago, some of you might remember, David Z to G Scale very generously sent me a box full of all sorts of different items, which included some SMT branded shirts, a bit of rolling stock, and all the locomotives that you see right here, except for a Bachmann Centennial, which I actually unboxed yesterday. But upon receiving all this stuff, I never tested any of it, which means I don't know what works and what doesn't work. So today we're going to be going through all of it to figure out what works and what needs work. And the way I want to go about doing that is I basically want to start off with the smallest locomotives here, and then work our way up to the biggest locomotive, which is this great big E9 Amtrak locomotive, which I think looks really cool. Anyway, to start off with the smallest of small locomotives, we're going to begin with this little Santa Fe Plymouth switcher. It's a Lima 040, and it's also N-scale, which means it definitely is the smallest of all of these locomotives. So we'll take this thing over to the track, we'll figure out if it works, and then we'll go through the other locomotives and figure out if they work. Let's get started. Alright, so we're down by the N-scale layout here, and we've got our little 040, so we'll set that up on the track and try giving her some power here. And, well, unfortunately it doesn't seem to want to start. Yeah, I don't think this one's a runner. Oh well, future project. So we now know this little locomotive doesn't run, so why don't we try something else? And this one's one of curiosity. I've actually wanted an engine like this for a while now, so yeah, we'll see. These Lima Engines, I would say, they're not the most reliable out there, but they're usually not too bad. And, oh, this one, I saw it move. Yeah, we've got a runner. Let's give it some power. I'm sure it will kick in a moment. Yeah, it's starting to get going there. It's just the commutator clearing off. Well, we got a runner, and it even has a working headlight there. So that's pretty cool. All right, so there's one success. So yeah, we'll put these we'll put the tested ones off to the side. Next up is the Amtrak 040. This one is an old RSO, I believe. Anyway, these are actually somewhat reliable, probably similar to a Lima, I would say. They're very basic engines, so I'm gonna guess this one's gonna start. Yeah, we got a runner here as well. And there she goes. That one actually runs pretty well. So, yeah, there's another fine runner. So we'll put that one off with the other three. Now, we'll take this one out of the box here. This is a AHM locomotive, which is really more of a Rivarossi. Rivarossis, they have very good motors on them, but it runs. Those Rivarossi engines, they've got a lot of moving parts. They're not the simplest locomotives out there, but they do work. Unfortunately, this one's derailed out there, so I'm going to have to go retrieve it. But it does run. Next up is the Hershey's locomotive. I really like this locomotive. It just looks so unique. And I'm pretty confident this one's going to start. This, as far as I know, is not a very old locomotive. It has the modern drive system in it, which I believe is developed sometime around the late 90s or early 2000s. So this locomotive is probably no older than, I don't know, 15 years. Anyway, we're going to give it some power, and yeah, it springs right to life. This thing weighs a ton too. I'm sure it could pull quite a bit of freight. So yeah, we'll let it make its lap here. Let's open it up. So there's full throttle right there. headlight works. Could probably use a little bit of oil. There's just a little bit of odd noise there, but derailed. Yeah, it's a pretty unique locomotive. I can't wait when my Hershey factory model is done too, to have this thing roaming around the plant. I think that's going to be really special. Anyway, next off is the Baltimore and Ohio locomotive. I believe this one is an RSO locomotive. This is an all-wheel drive model, and these are usually, they're somewhat reliable. Again, they're not the most reliable out there, but I have a hunch this one's gonna start. But you never know. Let's see. Some power. Yep. Another runner. Yeah, this one's actually pretty smooth. The wheels might be a little bit dirty, but it's not too loud or anything. And the headlight works, as you can see. Sun coming back around here. That's a fine runner. It's even quieter in reverse, funny enough. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. It's sort of a unique looking engine too. I don't know. I like what they did with the paint scheme. And finally, our Model Power E8 locomotive. This thing is really special. I said E8 again. I mean E9. I know it says E9. I got a lot of comments about that last time. I was kind of enamored, if I'm honest. So yeah, but I know it's an E9. Anyway, I'm not sure how I want to take this out. There's no coupler. I'll just pull it out like this. So there's our locomotive. A really unique looking beast right there. I really like this one. Now this is a model power locomotive. Model power locomotives, I find, are usually very reliable. They don't usually break. Sometimes they need a tune-up, but it's very rare I see a model power kaput. In fact, I don't know I have, actually. They've got pretty good motors in them, and the drive system is excellent. And this one's no exception. It runs fine. Certainly not the quietest locomotive out there. I'm pretty certain it needs fresh oil, but look at it out there. Great big vintage diesel. Love it. I'm letting it go around again. This is just too cool. Flywheels in this thing, it just rolls forever. That's crazy. Anyway, that's the final locomotive. It's a pretty decent runner, and yeah, I really like this one. Great addition of the collection. Anyways, with that, I want to thank you all so much for watching. I also want to thank David Z to G Scale once again for sending all this stuff. It was really just so generous of him, and I've really had a lot of fun just playing around with all of it. And even locomotives like this is going to make a great project. I really want to get this one going. So yes, big thanks to him for that. Anyway, I want to thank you all so much for watching.